morning, ladies and gentlemen. The topic of our debate today is school should block YouTube. We, the Affirmative team, will be arguing that school should block YouTube. YouTube is social media that facilitates users to share videos that they have or to the extent that they enjoy various video clips uploaded by various parties. We, the Affirmative team, believe that this statement is true. Today, as a first speaker, I will be talking to you about what the negative impacts for students in schools watching on YouTube. Our second speaker will be talking about what the negative impacts for teachers in school watching on YouTube. Our third speaker will be a rebut and sum up our team case. There are so many negative impacts in schools who watch YouTube, such as rather than positive impacts. Make children less disciplined. Usually, this child will be addicted if too long given access to watch YouTube, making them underestimate everything and be fun with their own world. The Minister of Health of the Republic of Indonesia reported that children who watch YouTube too often and are addicted to gadgets can affect the child's ability to concentrate, focus, build vocabulary, even understand behavior, and the ability to communicate with others. Watching a video is not age-matched. At present, there are still many adult videos such as violence and immoral videos circulating on YouTube. This is another problem to watch out for as adults, especially parents and teachers, must be clever to sort out the video content. And then ignoring schoolwork. The fun of watching YouTube videos can make children ignore their homework. Therefore, Lunch Yahoo exaggerated video watching can cause a child to experience insomnia, impaired concentration, failure to interact social in the real world, and obesity. The Centers of Disease Control and Prevention says more than a third of American children under 19 are overweight due to not doing enough physical activity. Not only that, quote from CNBC mental health expert warned that videos that trigger fear will affect the development of children's brains. Donna Volpita, IDD, founder the Center of Resilient Leadership, said, children who repeatedly experience stressful emotion or fear may lack the prefrontal cortex of the brain and their frontal lobes, the part of the brain responsible for executive function such as making conscious choice and planning ahead. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The topic for our debate today is schools should block YouTube. We agree with the definition given by the affirmative team. However, we, the negative team, believe that this statement is false. Today, as first speakers, I will be talking to you about what the positive impacts for students and schools watching on YouTube. Our second speaker will be talking to you about what the positive impacts for teachers in school watching on YouTube. Our third speaker will be a rebut and sum up our team case. The first speaker of the affirmative team has tried to tell you so many negative impacts in school who watch YouTube rather than positive impacts. I don't agree with this statement because many the positive impacts for students watching YouTube in school. Such as learning media, YouTube as learning media. On YouTube, lots of useful videos such as educational videos that provide subject matter. Parents and teachers can take advantage of this when their children are confused by the subject matter taught at school. And then make students think creative. YouTube can be a place for a student to express their creativity. If a student can create and upload their own videos to YouTube, then these students are considered to be teach savvy. That way, students can manage their own YouTube channels with positive content and can benefit others as well. For example, like YouTuber Sai Halilintar from Gen Halilintar family, and you know, on 22 December 2019, reported by CNBC Indonesia, Ryan Kaji, children at 7 years old, is YouTuber number 1 in the world. With income $26 million, Ryan Kaji is uploaded a video about open the toy, and he played with the toy. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We, the Affirmative team, believe that school should block YouTube. The first speaker from the negative team has tried to tell you of the positive impacts for students watching YouTube in schools, and she also said that teachers can take advantage of the positive impacts. 88% people in Indonesia use YouTube. This topic research from Hootsuite and We Are Social in English. So, watching on YouTube has the negative impacts for teachers, like reduced performance, because the enjoyment of watching YouTube in forgetting time and ignoring work, and the content containing pornography in YouTube can be addictive. Psychologist from Solo, Central Java, Henning Widyastuti said, when someone is a child, teenager, or adult, initially frankly opening a porn site once or twice will eventually be addicted, and most viewing porn sites tend to decrease the creativity of thought, reduce the desire for outdoor activities, and interact with their social environment. So that is the reason can making a teachers reduce their performance. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The second affirmative speakers has tried to tell you of the negative impacts for teachers watching on YouTube. We, the negative team, believe that this statement is false, because YouTube has many benefits for help teachers in their work, like first, place for search new information. For example, on YouTube, teachers can search DIY or do it yourself, and then search how to make effective and productive classroom. And YouTube also help understanding about what the student need in classroom. Effectiveness. And the second, effectiveness YouTube as learning media. Usually information on YouTube is up to date, because new information or news can adding every time. YouTube also is not limited space and time. Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We, the Affirmative team, believe that school should block YouTube. The first negative speaker has tried to tell you of the positive impact for a student watching on YouTube like as learning media. This is wrong, because YouTube is not as learning media anymore, because so many learning media, such as reported by liputan6.com on 16 January 2019. We can use pictures, newspaper, maps, or globe, graphic image, whiteboard, and make it as creative as possible as learning media. The second negative speaker has tried to tell you of benefit on YouTube for teachers to search information. This is wrong, because if you want search information, not only just search on one social media like YouTube that it could be hoax news. So you should search information from many sources like newspaper. Newspaper has journalistic code of ethics. If there are deficiencies in the application of the code of ethics, the KPI will give notice to the broadcaster, according to Mr. Didin Mahendra said. Able to create accurate news quality and facts so that reporters feel responsible for their work. And the summary of our first speakers spoke to you about the negative impact watching on YouTube, like made of the student not disciplined, even affect health because often watching on YouTube like mental health reported by CNBC, and Donna Polpita, EDD, founder of the Center for Resilient Leadership, reminded us about effect watching YouTube can make affect the part of the brain responsible for executive function, such as making conscious choices and planning ahead. And our speaker told you that the negative impact watching on YouTube for teachers watching on YouTube could be reduced performance of teachers, and in YouTube content has content containing pornography, it can be addicted and decrease the creativity of talk, reported by psychologists from Solo Central Java, Henning Hidyastudi. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The topic our debate is school should block YouTube. We the negative team believe that this statement is false. The first affirmative speakers has tried to tell you of the negative impacts watching on YouTube, like students can made ignoring homework and less discipline. This is wrong because the teachers and the parents can manage schedule for watching on YouTube. Reported by liveabout.com, when the child has entered elementary school, the children play gadget maximum 30 to 40 minutes per day. The teenagers play gadget maximum 1 hour per day, and the teenagers in senior high school play gadget maximum 2 hours per day. And the second affirmative speakers has tried to tell you of the negative impact for the teachers that can reduce performance of the teachers. This is not true because on YouTube the teachers can be more creative in the learning process. For example, like YouTuber Guruku Mr. D. He uploads videos on YouTube. He explains and teach us how to learn speak English, what differences means of words, and when we should use the correct word in different situations. The third affirmative speakers has tried to tell you of the negative impacts watching on YouTube, and she gives way different alternative from YouTube. This is wrong because the alternative she gave very classic. In the modern times, the teachers should follow technological progress, and YouTube is one social media can help teachers in the learning process. For example, Indonesian language learning in news text material, where students are required to find out news or issues that are hotly discussed in the surrounding environment. Some students have low reading interest, so students prefer to listen. In listening today, students can find news on YouTube because usually news shows on television will air also on each YouTube channel content. Summary of our first speaker spoke to you about the positive impacts watching on YouTube. YouTube can be as learning media because in YouTube has so many content educational. YouTube also makes students think creative. This is proven by their existence like YouTuber which has a big income like Gan Halilintar family. Our second speaker spoke to you about YouTube is place for search new information and effectiveness YouTube as learning media. For example, like television channel that air news such as TV1 and Metro TV has uploaded the video to YouTube. This is can helping people who have not watched it can watch again, and this will keep people from missing news information. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.